Hey, it's Patti Scharf, CPA and co-founder of Catching Clouds, the leader in e-commerce accounting. Welcome back to another Saturday Slowdown, where I like to remind everybody to work on their business and not just in their business. All right, so today I'm sharing a story as a public service announcement for everybody. This is a really interesting story, probably not very awesome for our client, but I think it's a good tale to tell everybody as just kind of a warning. All right, so here's the deal. We have a new client, somebody who just started with us. We're going back and cleaning up all of their past accounting. They weren't keeping track of things well. They were like everybody, where they were focusing on selling and focusing on just making money and not so much on the back office accounting stuff. Okay, so we get started, and what happens is we are trying to reconcile to make sure that the money that they earned on, say, Shopify or something like that actually landed in the bank account. So as hopefully you know, you have like Shopify or something like that. You've got a payment processor. The money, they provide the ability to charge money on the website. They collect the money and then they send the money to you, in theory. So what happens is we start reconciling the account and we're like, dude, this is like $150,000 off. Do you know why? And they're like, wait, what? So we say, hey, what would clear it all up is if you could just give us copies of the monthly statements. We'll just reconcile and make sure that everything is copacetic. And they can't, because they had just closed the account. They didn't like their customer service or something like that. And so they're like, I'm just going to switch payment processors and go somewhere else. So it takes weeks and weeks. The client is like pounding on the payment processor saying, hey, we closed the account, but we need this actual information so that we can do our accounting and whatever. And what we find is the payment processor had set up a reserve account and had pulled out like $150,000. And when the client closed the account, they voluntarily sent back like 90,000 of it. But the client is still like trying to get the other tens of thousands of dollars that's missing. So this is not ideal. But the good news is, because we were checking this, he knows to follow up and get this money back from the payment processor. So I wanted to do a little public service announcement for everybody to talk about like how to avoid this, how to catch it earlier, and things like that. So number one, when you're signing up for a payment processor, make sure that you're using a payment processor that you've heard good things about, that like don't just look at the rates, but look at their reputation, check out their customer service, read the fine details, see if they are setting up reserve accounts, what their like requirements are for avoiding putting things in reserve and things like that. The second thing is, if you decide to close your account, make sure that you download all the information related to that account. So download all of your orders, like you'll want to go to like Shopify, download all of the different order details, print out copies of your lists of SKUs, your lists of products, make sure you keep costs on those things. Like basically just make sure you have all of the details that you need. Oh, and absolutely save copies of your monthly statements, because those monthly statements are going to be what tells you how much went to reserve and how much actually went to your bank account. And it'll tell you like how much the fees are and all those different things. It's really important information for accounting, whether you're actively doing your accounting or whether you're going to do your accounting at some future point in time. Eventually, you're going to want that information. And here's the other thing, you're going to need all of this information in case you're ever audited anyway. So just go ahead and grab it. If you can, just leave your account open until you get your last tax return filed. Even if you stop using it, just leave the account open so you have easy access to get in there. Because one of the challenges we had was because he closed the account, now we can't have that same level of visibility as if you could just log in and check stuff out on your own. So good news, we found all of the money. We're in the process of getting it back for him. But if you just take a little bit of precaution, maybe you can avoid running into this problem in the future. All right. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, comment, and share. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.